Pakistan lawyer Imaan Mazari jailed for anti-state social media posts. Pakistan's human rights community is facing a major shock after a court in Islamabad sentenced prominent lawyer Imaan Mazari and her husband, fellow lawyer Hadi Ali Chattha, to a combined 17 years in prison over social media posts deemed anti-state. The couple was convicted under the controversial Prevention of Electronic Crimes Act, PECA, a law critics say is increasingly being used to suppress dissent. Mazari, 32, is one of Pakistan's most prominent human rights lawyers, known for taking on some of the country's most sensitive and controversial cases. She has defended ethnic minorities, journalists facing defamation charges, Afghan nationals targeted during crackdowns, and even clients accused under Pakistan's stringent blasphemy laws. Her work has consistently put her at odds with the state, especially Pakistan's powerful military, which she has openly criticized for alleged human rights abuses, enforced disappearances, and overreach in politics. According to the Islamabad court, Mazari and Chattha disseminated highly offensive content that allegedly aligned with narratives of banned militant groups and undermined public trust in state institutions. The couple was sentenced to 5 years, 10 years, and 2 years on different charges to be served concurrently and fined millions of Pakistani rupees. Charges included cyberterrorism, glorification of terrorism, and spreading false information. The arrests and subsequent sentencing have drawn international attention. Mazari and her husband were taken into custody in Rawalpindi's Adila jail on 23 January, and reports indicate that they were publicly manhandled during the arrest. The court proceedings themselves were highly contentious. Mazari appeared via video link, citing mistreatment in prison and a lack of basic necessities. At one point, she boycotted the hearing before it concluded. Despite the sentencing, Mazari has remained defiant. She told AFP, "Truth seems overwhelmingly difficult in this country. But we knew that when we got into this work, we are ready to face that. We will not back down." Her courage and resolve have drawn comparisons to Asma Jahangir, Pakistan's late human rights lawyer and one of Mazari's inspirations. Mazari comes from a prominent family. Her mother, Shireen Mazari, is a former federal minister for human rights, while her late father was a leading pediatrician. Her family has faced threats and pressure because of her work, but they remain proud of her defense of the dispossessed and marginalized. Throughout her career, Mazari has been a vocal critic of Pakistan's tightening state control and the shrinking space for free expression. Journalists, digital rights advocates, and civil society groups have highlighted the use of PECA as a tool of harassment, warning that it criminalized dissent under the guise of combating cybercrime. Human rights organizations, including Amnesty International, have condemned the sentencing as retaliatory and arbitrary. The Human Rights Commission of Pakistan called the prosecution a clear intimidation tactic. Mazari's advocacy has not come without personal cost. She has faced online harassment, sexist remarks, and doctored images, all while working in a society where women's participation in public life remains limited. Yet she continues her legal activism. In 2025, she received the Young Inspiration Award from the World Expression Forum for her courage and integrity in defending the rule of law and human rights. International observers have also raised concerns over procedural irregularities in her trial, including attempts to influence the outcome and exhaust the couple's legal resources. Civil society figures, including Baloch activist Mehrang Baloch, have expressed solidarity, noting that the fabricated case is part of a broader pattern of state harassment against those who defend fundamental rights in Pakistan. Mazari and Chattha's case reflects a worrying trend in Pakistan. Dissent and criticism of the state are increasingly criminalized. While the court justified the ruling as enforcement of PCA, human rights experts argue that such disproportionate punishment undermines democracy, the justice system, and free speech. Despite the heavy sentences, Mazari remains resolute. "We're not the first people who will be unlawfully incarcerated in this country," she said. "We will keep fighting." Her words underline a commitment to justice that she says no prison term can break, and a determination to continue representing those most vulnerable to state excesses. This case is being watched closely both inside and outside Pakistan, as it highlights the tension between state authority and civil liberties, the challenges of defending human rights under a repressive legal framework, and the courage of lawyers like Imaan Mazari, who refuse to remain silent in the face of intimidation.